What's up, guys? It's Joel from the Fun Pimps, aka Mad Mole. Just got back from Pensacola a couple days ago. Had a good vacation, and I guess the first thing we want to talk about is the landmines. So a few people were kind of upset about it, and here's the thing: if you're going to watch my videos, understand that this is a work in progress. Um, there's aspects that aren't finished, and what you saw was I put them in the random decorator, but other guys haven't got their end done yet. So kind of the generalized plan is something like Fallout 4, where you get in proximity of a landmine and it's going to, beep, indicating that something's going off very soon when you're in proximity of it. And then if you press E or whatever to activate it, then you're going to have the lock picking mini game where you can disarm that mine. And if successful, you're good to go. If not, you're going to get blown up. And then the other part of that is most likely they're only going to be in the wasteland. It's just an experiment, you know what? And if it's garbage, I'll remove it from the decorator. It's just that easy. It's not a big deal. So that's kind of the plan, and that's where we're going with it. So no need to freak out when you see something. On with the questions. Unlike them, any changes to water physics? No, but we are planning to revisit water at some point. Zombie Motorcycle wants to know if will cobblestone get the arrow slits? I am pretty sure that it will. Wolfpack Mars 2. I agree, the fog and snow is too much. So is the green puke. Okay. I don't know who you agree with. Somebody else must have said that. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. Maybe you need to play the game and see how it looks. Unless you're talking about Alpha 14, but it's only foggy when it's actually snowing and in the snow biome. Otherwise, it's pretty good. Anyway, it's hard to say. You might be looking at an old video, and I've already changed it. So I guess we'll wait and see. But it's always a work in progress. And thanks for the feedback. Road mines are a nice addition. I already talked about that. Okay, martial law. How big will the drawbridge be? Just doing some planning for A15. Was wondering is the size of the drawbridge. Single opening drawbridge, 2x6. No, they're 4x4, and the big one's 4x8. They're 4 wide and 4 long. I think. Anyway, I don't know. You can't. You might as well just wait and put one down and then do your planning, because it's kind of hard to plan something. I think, but I don't know. It's been a while since we had it, and there was some collision issues with the preview and all that, so I don't really even know without actually placing a bunch of blocks down and measuring it. But I think it was it's either, yeah, I think it's either 4x5 or it's 4x4. Saurus, hi Joel, thank you so much for the Q&A vids. More game vids on this industry. More game devs in this industry should follow your example. Oh, the new POIs are great, but I am a bit worried about the loot. What other reasons have the players to explore these new places besides the look? I haven't seen many crates or containers so far. Do you have any surprises for us there? I don't know. The loot's always a work in progress, so usually we just kind of add in more specific loot as it becomes available, and we're always updating the loot list. So, and we try to, get as much area and enemy specific loot as we can. So, I think you guys are gonna like it. We're always kind of working on it. Guppy Kerr, question: landmines would work far better in their own sub-biome. I don't know. I already talked about landmines, and I think they're only going to be in the wasteland. So let's see. Filio is Alpha 15. The last one we'll have to restart our Navis games to get for the whole experience. Do the current permissions bug. I can't vote in the poll. Vote against landmines. Let's see. Landmines have been in the game since Alpha 1, dudes. I don't know what all the panic is about. You know, and I think it's okay. So they're only at POIs, and you're against a dynamic random experience. I mean, sorry for going off on a tangent here, but the whole idea is, you know, to make a game that's dangerous, and you know, you're going to get XP for disarming the mines. You know, I never really, and you know, most likely they're going to be nerfed down to the little hubcap landmines. So you're going to get a broken leg or something. You might not even get that. You're going to take 30 points of damage roughly. And once we get explosive, once we get buff protection on clothing and armor, so you guys don't know the whole picture. So you're working within the context of what you've seen, and not within the context of my vision for the game and inside my head. But we're going to have clothing that has buff resistance, so you can like get boots that are going to make it, you know, impossible to break your leg if you have a certain pair of boots on, or more break resistant. It just depends how crazy we go with the perks on the clothing items. That said, we could have a bomb disposal suit, or we could have explosive resistant qualities to armor that you could upgrade your armor and give it kind of explosive resistances. And then, you know, you can walk on, you can dance around on the landmines. Who cares? You know, there's everything we put in the game, we always kind of put a counterbalance in, almost always. So, you know, keep that in mind, and I think it's going to be fine. You guys just like to panic because you don't have anything to play right now. So that's the nature of it. It's like, let's light the torches and go to Mad Mole's house and rant about this. But I get it, you know, I mean, everybody loves the game, and, you know, everybody's concerned about the future of the game, and you don't want anything to suck. So I get it, but no, have some faith. It's going to be cool. So let's see. Did I answer your question? Oh, will you have to restart? You never have to restart, but to get the full experience, yes, you have to restart. And no, this is not the last one. We're still building major cities in the south, in the bottom two corners of the Navigating map, and I'll probably be adding mountains for another build or two anyway. So, or, you know, more cool landscape changes. So you're going to have to, you know, restart. And I don't know why anybody would not want to restart. You can get, you know, it's just put the game down, let it sit a couple months, come back, restart, and it's all new again. So it's all good to restart in my mind. But, you know, some people are married to their castle they spent, you know, physically 2 months on. So I get that too. But yeah, it's kind of hard to keep that in early access. Yeah, it'll work, but you're probably going to have, you know, some issues. Crater Creator, hey Mad Mole, right now it's easy to avoid the feral hordes by running or biking a short distance away as soon as it spawns. Since you are adding hordes based on the number of players and player level, can Alpha 15 also address this running away loophole? In theory, I think it does solve that situation, because once you know, detach from the party, it should you should kind of like get your own smaller level towards you, not the group personal horde, I would think. So hopefully, yeah, that situation gets rectified. Kingslayer GM, what's up, buddy? Love your videos. Thanks, Kingslayer. Have you thought about making pet wolves signal the presence of another player in the distance, perhaps by barking or growling? This would be awesome for PvP. Yes, we've definitely thought of that. That should just fall out of the engine when an enemy comes near. NPCs always they play you know, an alert sound, so if they see anything, they're going to bark or growl or something like that. So should happen. I think you've probably even heard the infected Dobermans do that. You know, you can hear them growl when they can't see you, but they heard or smelled something. So it's already built into the game. So yes, Lon Dave, love the game and preview videos. Thank you. Has there ever been any discussion about adding a small wellness boost to some of the decorative items, pictures, TVs, chairs, something like a 1.1% bonus per unique item within a radius per hour? This could encourage people to decorate their bases with these items. No, that's an interesting topic though. I guess you have to like think about a way to do that. Maybe you could, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to talk about it. Space 4 Ace, when should we expect to see the new bears, wolves, and snakes? When they are done. Sorry for that canned response, but you should know better. I don't know, you know, there's bugs, and we can put Robert on fixing that right now, or he can get Rivers and a few more cool things added to random gen. I think everybody wants Rivers and awesome caves back into random gen. So it's kind of like, well, we don't really have the AI structure for all the AI we want yet on them, so they would just be prettier looking zombie dogs in the first build if we shoved him in right now. The snake, I could probably toss him in. He's not going to be UMA. It's the UMA animals we're having a little bit of difficulty with. So yeah, so that's kind of where that's at. So I think random gen and finishing Alpha 15 sooner than later is our priorities right now. We're pretty much, everybody's about done with content for the most part, or at least all the big content. Joe got the new stuff in, so I can start making all the game stages for the zombies. So if you're, you know, level 1 and you know, you're just starting out, and you know, you're going to get some easy zombies, and if you're level 50 and you're partied with a level 100 guy, you guys are going to get some, and you're doing good, you haven't died for a while, you're going to get some nasty stuff coming your way. So I need to start working on that. And that's pretty much what's going on right now at TFP. So I'm thinking next weekend was going to be actual play video. So put your headphones on or put your little kids to bed, because I can't help it. When I play the game, I cuss. I can sit here and talk and it's all fine, but you know, I get pretty intense when I play games, and it's almost too intense. And so I'll try to keep it, you know, but you know, hey, if I get killed by a zombie or a bug or something stupid happens, you're gonna hear some F-bombage. Jail Door by I Am Da Panzer. He wants to know, have you considered adding a jail cell door that we can see through and shoot through? Yes, it's actually on the list of stuff to do. Thank you for all the good work and being the only developer I know that releases weekly videos and actually communicates with its audience. Thank you, man. It's been good. It's fun, you know, and I kind of enjoy it. It seems like, you know, the community in general has just been uplifted, and you know, our sales are good. So, you know, it's a win-win for everybody. So maybe I'll set a trend. Get Gary Newman doing some Rust vids here pretty soon, right? We'll see. That'd be interesting. All right, so Stan GM wants to know, killing bandits. Hey, Mad Mole, love the game and the preview vids. My question is, with the bandits, are you planning to make it so that if the player kills them with anything but a headshot, they have a possibility to reanimate as a zombie? I don't know. I wouldn't say planning, but I would say hope to. So I think it would be pretty easy. It's just it's almost an inevitability. So it's kind of a matter of time. I don't know if the first ones will do that. We'll see how it goes. It's a big process. Right now we're speaking of bandits and why they aren't coming. I've already mentioned it, but we feel the animations in third person are not acceptable. And it's just like, here, look at this ugly, look at this. It's not good for our game, not good for our image. I mean, you see it in multiplayer. So what you guys see in multiplayer of other guys running around, they look pretty stiff, and we've made some improvements on it, but it's still not where it needs to be. It just doesn't look natural. It doesn't look realistic. So we are scheduling another mocap session with that same studio in LA, and we're going to capture a bunch more, human animation for the players, running, jumping, climbing, and all the good stuff. Carrying a firearm, shooting, two-handed, one-handed, whatever. We're putting a list together of all the stuff we're going to need. Hopefully we're going to put in, turning, so your feet will rotate when you turn your player, and we're going to put in IK to the feet. So if you stand on a stair or ramp, one foot will be higher than the other. All that kind of stuff. Just we're gonna go crazy on that and make it as awesome as we can. And I'm looking at Fallout 4 and going, yeah, this looks pretty good. If we could land somewhere as good as that, I'd be really happy. So that's kind of what I'm hoping comes from this with mocap and the Fun Pimps look and everything. I think it would be cool. Broken leg walk animations would be amazing. I'd love to see all that stuff come to life. SRSEN. Backstory POIs. Good day, Mr. Mole, and thank you for your hard work. Thank you. Is there any plans to add major POIs which tell a significant backstory for the game, or even just a single character survivor, such as breaking into a secret lab where experimentations on humans and or zombies took place, allowing the player to piece together what happened before the shit hit the fan? I believe that's what whatever that stands for. Alternatively, or next game could be a prequel to 7 Days, telling the backstory in a whole new game. Yes, we're actually we're doing this sort of thing. I mean, we're still waiting on the quest system to be completed, the Radiant Quest, but yeah, I mean, I think you're going to start to see some of this happen a little bit. I mean, we're starting to put more detail into all the POIs or dungeons or whatever you want to call them. And yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Bethesda, and they do that exceptionally well. They always tell a story with, placement of a dead body, a note that you might pick out of his pocket. Um, yeah, and you can kind of recreate the crime scene in your head or whatever, but it's kind of like, and then it gives you a quest. So yeah, we're big fans of that, and I really hope to be able to put all that together in the next few builds for sure. And about a prequel, I'm not ruling it out, but I don't know. I think if anything, we'll do another location. Maybe, I don't know. I can't say no. So, if anything, I'd like to kind of continue on and have it go further out, even more into the future. So, but I don't know. That's just me. I mean, it's all good. 7 Days could be amazing in any time and location. That's what's so cool about it. Farron wants to know, would it be possible to use a similar system to the pathing you use for roads on the broken bridge POIs you showed in the last video? That way they could spawn in a way that is more natural. You see them line up with a large building or in strange locations. Maybe. We kind of just got them in the game, and we are our own worst critics too. So it's like, yeah, what can we do to do this? But we need to get. Yeah, I think maybe I could make it a road decoration and then it would only spawn on the roads, I think. So would it be facing the right way? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we definitely, it's there's a lot of challenges to making a world that it has a lot of random stuff in it, and that's one of the challenges. But yeah, we're always trying to improve that, or I'm always asking for more control, more features to let me fine tune the decorations. So hopefully, yeah, that can happen. Humphrey, can you change the gun safe loot to a complete weapon loot rather than just gun parts? So that it give us some challenge since you changed the safe mechanic into lockpicking mechanics. I don't know. I mean, part of the fun is building that complete weapon. There is a chance for a complete weapon. So, I mean, it's already in there. If you play the game, you'll notice sometimes you get a complete weapon when you loot, but it's a lower chance. Maybe we need to balance that a little bit. Gas. Are there any new skills, perks, or reworking of current ones in 15? Having a blast with the game, Mad Mole. Thanks for all the hard work. Thank you. New skills or perks? I think there is. I've kind of not really been too involved in that, and I know we've got some rebalancing coming because there are some features that Gaz is waiting for from Robert so that he can kind of put that together. But yeah, I think you'll see some of that happen. I mean, probably not a lot, but there's always refining and rebalancing. But I think if lockpicking goes in, there's a lockpicking skill for sure. I'll tell you that. Destroy Wayne. Would it be possible to add pitch black environments to unlit interiors? All dark interiors right now seem to have a certain amount of faint light you can still see in. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, everybody's got his version of the ideal apocalypse, and we'd get more complaints about people not being able to see it all than we would people on your side of the fence. So we have a real faint light just so that you could kind of bump around in the dark, because I don't know, maybe I'm part vampire, but I can see in pitch black, darkness, or I can see in the dark really well. So some other people can't, but I don't know. I think it's pretty good the way it is, and we did it the way it is because there were complaints the other way. So probably won't see that, but hey, you can always mod that out, and we're looking forward to an awesome modding community for our game when we're done. Sangra69, when are you going to add Vive support? I have no idea what Vive is. Call me old-fashioned and out of touch with what's going on in the world, but I don't even, is that what Steam has? I think I've seen some kind of Steam controller. Is that what that is? I don't know. Landmines should only be for army bases. Yeah. I disagree. I think we have a cool plan for landmines. And I think the world needs to be dangerous. And, all kinds of places still have landmines from wars and whatnot left over. I mean, I don't know how long it took them to clean up after World War II, but, and other wars that there have been. So, it's kind of pretty common to have old landmines left over after some kind of conflict. But anyway, like I said, you're going to be able to disarm it. There'll probably be a little beep. So as long as you're quick, you'll be able to disarm it and you'll be okay. But hey, otherwise, keep your eyes open and watch out for it. I mean, you guys are probably going to rage on me, but I was even going to put spike pits and have them in the random decorator out in the wild, just because somebody was trying to kill some zombies or something, and put little trenches with spikes in the bottom. So you're running through the forest and boom, you fall into somebody's trap, and you got to figure out how to get out of there. To me, that's emergent. It'll be random. Nobody will know where it's at, and that's good gameplay in my book. I think you guys are you're overthinking it, and the game needs to be challenging and hard, and throw all kinds of unexpected ways to die at you, not just the zombies. So my devious mind is cooking up more ways to challenge players, and I think it's going to be good. So you guys gotta have a little faith. If it sucks, we'll pull it out. It's not a problem. But we've rarely been wrong on anything we've done, and we're sticking to our vision for the game, and I think you guys are going to like it. We've had some bumps in the road because something wasn't finished or whatever, but in most cases, everything we've done, once it was finished, everybody's really liked it. So it's just a matter of getting the game full featured. It's really hard. That's the hard part about early access is, you put something in and it doesn't have features B and C and D to complement it yet. So by itself, it doesn't work that well. But it works some, but you just got to be patient and wait for the rest of the things to come that embellish it and make it complete. And then as a whole, I think you guys are going to like it when we get it all in. Dividing by Zero wants to know, Joel, Mad Mole, have you considered making some denser feeling forests? I realize performance impact of running more trees, but I feel like something that is missing. We had thick forest. Look at the old videos. Everybody was complaining about performance, and we've done everything we can. But if you want more trees, dude, go up, open up Biomes XML, and mod it out. You can put in wall-to-wall trees if you want to, but we have to make it run good on guys' potato systems. I want more trees. When we get better sub-biome control, then I could make some sub-biomes that have really dense trees, and it wouldn't kill the frame rate. It would only be in a smaller section, and it wouldn't be a global rule. Right now, all we kind of have is global. This is it for the whole biome. Then we have these small sub-biomes that are too small to do much with. That's where those clay blobs are. What I want is, a mid-sized sub-biome, so I can have a pretty thick wooded area that's not so big that it's just rendering 10,000 trees, but it's enough to make it feel like, hey, this is a dense, cool, moody, foresty area. And, I don't know. I mean, there's always performance. So if and when we can improve performance, then we can bring some denser trees and forest back. But right now, it's kind of where it's at because, it needs to run on potatoes. And unfortunately, that's just how it is. But I don't, with the new terrain, with more hills, you can't see as far. That helps a little bit. Once we get true occlusion working to where those mountains are blocking the rendering of everything behind them, then we've got some good performance gains coming, and maybe we can turn it up then. But my point is, with the rolling hills and mountains we have now, you don't really feel the need for all those trees anymore. It's like, yeah, there's so much going on with the scene now with the mountains that maybe we don't need a million trees to make it look good. It's kind of like it feels very atmospheric now. So give it a chance and check it out. It's better than it was for sure. So on to the next question. Lord Samuel, I read your question and it just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm sorry. All I get out of it is, are we making some noisemakers maybe? Maybe. I just can't understand your question. So please try to be really direct and simple with your questions, and try to keep it one sentence long so I can just crank out an answer, because these big here's another one. This is getting out of control, where it makes me, it's just hard to, I'm going to spend all day here and I just want to roll through one-liner questions and give you guys an answer and move on to the next one. Yeah, I can't read your name. Read it backwards. Dingsga loosely translates to that thingy. How are you planning on letting players craft more sophisticated vehicles? It would feel kind of odd letting players craft these as easily as a mini bike. It boils down to the crafting of the part. So For a gyrocopter, maybe you need avionics, or what is that even a word? Aviator parts of some sort to make the chassis, so it wouldn't just be metal, but it would require metal and some rare aviator parts or aviation parts. Who knows, but basically make each component a little more complex. So, hey, I don't know. Hey, Matt Mole, still loving your videos. Thank you. And yes, hopefully I will be playing A15 real soon. Since you are working on biomes, have you considered using new mini biomes to create even more diversity? It's a pain in the ass to make more biomes, and so no, we're not really. We have a certain number of biomes we have, and that's it. What we need is bigger sub-biomes, like I mentioned before. Locust, seeing as there is mining equipment, does it not make sense to include a mining camp or mining shaft POI to loot and explore? Good thing you said that. We're working on that kind of stuff. It does make sense, and we are doing it. Jerry wants to know, hey, it's me again. I've been curious if your team has had any ideas for having a swamp marsh in a burnt zone or pine forest. New biomes are going to be in DLCs, guys. If we do it at all, it'll be in a DLC. We've got enough right now, and everything we add, bloats the texture footprint for the game, and we need to save a little bit for DLCs and mods, and I think there's plenty. I mean, there's plenty. So if you guys want more, it's probably gonna be in a DLC, or the next game we'll maybe do something different. But swamps there aren't any swamps in Arizona as far as I know of. So I don't, that's why they're not in there. So. Reputation System by Captain Laserpants. What are your thoughts on introducing a reputation system for the White River settlement? Completing quests and killing bandits should increase your reputation, and higher levels of reputation could lower trading. Yeah, we've talked about this on the forums or maybe here, I don't remember. And yeah, we're planning on something like that, but that's not Alpha 15 stuff, so let's try to keep focused on A15, please. Armored Stone wants to know, will zombies be able to break blocks while on ladders in Alpha 15? I have no idea. Missed the gore blocks. Spikes are too easy. Yeah, wait till you see the new spikes. We've nerfed them. It should be better. We still have gore blocks. They're just not ugly voxels, but they are... dead zombie corpses that are 3D models, so they look a little better. But, we've got some stuff planning. We want zombies climbing other zombies so they can kind of get over your walls without gore blocks, basically. So we'll see. We're not done, and, it's just a matter of gore blocks were cool, but they look like crap, and nobody could find the time to make them how I wanted to make them, so it's just like, I'm pulling these out because, it just doesn't look good, so we want to look good. And we've got some challenges coming, so just wait. I wouldn't be too worried about gore blocks when you see what we've got coming your way. Open 6L, is it possible to have a PvE setting that prevents players from receiving damage from any type of explosives? Landmines, exploding arrows. I guess that sounds like a bug. I don't know. I'm sure it's possible. Doors and Guns by Everest. Well, I have a particular question about A15, or the rest of my questions are future, so I probably won't answer those. Sorry. My voice is already given out here from all the chatter. Number 1, will we see garage doors of various material types in A15, such as wood, metal, steel? I don't know. I think it starts metal and you can upgrade it a bit. I'm not sure. I haven't tried upgrading it, so that's a good question. I guess we'll find out. And all the rest of my questions. Yeah. Sorry, guy, I got to keep moving here. Get this done. Not talking about anything that's not A15. Random hordes. Would it be possible to have an option for random hordes, meaning the blood moon horde could happen on any night at any time? We're talking about that. That way, you know, you can tune in. If you want a harder game, you can get, you know, more hordes. I mean, it sounds like you almost want horde mode, which is coming back at some point too. So, yeah, I think that's pretty doable. We're talking about zombie running options and all kinds of good stuff. So, yeah, hopefully that'll give you guys who are wanting a better challenge, you know, the challenge you're after. But you might not want them after you see what we've got coming. You might not need it. All right, drawbridges. Yay, what do I need to stockpile for their recipe? That is a good question. I guess when you click on it and you see the recipe, you're going to know. I mean, you can't stockpile anyway until you get off the 15, so it's kind of a moot point. I'm not saying it's not compatible. I guess if you want to play your old game, you can, but I'm guessing most people are going to start a brand new game. Romero mode. Good day to you, Joel, by Max Lawless. First, a million thanks to you and the Fun Pimps. I waited all my life for this very game, and you keep nailing it and ramping it up time after time. Can't wait for 15. Thank you. I love reading that kind of stuff. And that goes out to all you guys worried about the landmines, because we keep nailing it and ramping it up time after time. You just have to have a little faith, you know, and understand when you see something in these videos, it's a work in progress. It's not finished. I mean, you know, I'm not playing the final version, so, you know, and it's fine to react. I'm not saying, hey, you know, don't react. Don't worry about nothing. I mean, I'm glad you guys react, but yeah, it's most of the time, you know, you're seeing something that's not done yet, and the concern is, you know, you guys are over concerned, and it's not a problem because we have a plan. We always have a plan, you know. You guys wouldn't be here playing our game if, you know, we weren't doing a good job getting you playing it and liking it in the first place, I guess is my point. But yeah, anyway, your question, what are your thoughts on a Romero mode? Strictly just one class, a shuffling zombie, no specials or zombie. I don't know. I mean, that's so easy to mod out. I think you can just do it yourself. I mean, we're making the game we want to make, and I'm all for that. But you know, and we're putting in options that should come pretty close to this. But you know, this is a mod. Honestly, this looks like a mod. I don't know who's calling me, but they can fuck off. I'm not talking right now. All right. BE Power. What happened to the Wolf Companion? No teasers. We're working on it. I already talked about where it's at. OT Gixer. Where do you guys come up with these names? How do you come up with that? I don't get it. Anyway, it's got to be an inside joke. There's got to be some reason. OT, old timer, and his name is Gix. Nickname is Gix. So and he likes, or Gixing means something, and he's an old timer that likes to Gix a lot, whatever that is. I don't know. I just like to try and speculate on what the heck that is. Anyway, can we please get super rare items in 15? Stuff you cannot craft, and it's just a rare drop that would really make the game fun. I guess we can just delete a bunch of recipes, and then everybody can blame you for it. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for that. You know, we're trying. You know, it just takes time, and with traders, you know, we're probably going to have a little more of that and have to buy some stuff. So yeah, I think if not A15, it's coming. I mean, we're definitely moving in that direction. And daughter, will you consider reducing the range of tools for hitting voxels below? Current range of 4 for harvesting tools acts allow players to hit at a distance of 5, making a drawbridge length 4 useless in multiplayer. So use the 10 long or the 8 long one then. I don't know. Of course, I don't understand. You can attack the drawbridge. By reducing that range below 3, it will prevent players from destroying the drawbridge from the other side of the trench. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, the double drawbridge is there, and they'll be able to destroy it. Anyway, why would they destroy their only way to get in, though? Just to grief your drawbridge? I don't know. The range is the range for a reason. I mean, we've tried it shorter, and you couldn't even hit a block over your head to mine. I guess we will either balance it on the hit points of those drawbridges so that they're ridiculously strong, so that it kind of prevents this a little bit, or we'll work on the range if it's a big problem, I guess. But if it's on your base, isn't it land claim? And isn't it like super hard to kill if it's land claimed? I mean, it should. I don't think it's a big deal, but that's just my opinion. I don't play a lot of PvP, so I wouldn't know. But I'm planning on starting pretty soon, so I want that to be good too. I've just been so focused on single player and co-op that I'm not too concerned with PvP at the moment. Empty shopping carts. Hey, Mad Mole, wanted to ask if we can get to push that empty shopping cart and use it as a moving storage or something. By Adrian 246. I don't know. That's a lot of work for something that the dog with a backpack can do just the same, I guess. But yeah, it would be kind of cool. Somebody could rob your stuff while you're not there to protect it. We'll see. It just seems like until we get 100% mini bike bugs gone without stuff falling through the world, we could, maybe we could consider that. But I want to get that stuff shored up and fixed before we introduce any new. Oh, my shopping cart fell through the world. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. I'm sorry. But that's been like a white whale to try to fix that thing. I think we've got it fixed. At least, on console, those guys got the fix. And that fix is sitting in A15. I know we guys gave you some of the bug fixes, but in 14, some of the later builds, the critical stuff. But there's still a few little ones I hope that are fixed. So I'm looking forward to getting 15 out there and having you guys test it. AJ Lamb 05. I heard that a lot of items are coming into Alpha 15, like steel polish I saw in the trader items. Polished steel, I think, is what it's called. It's not localized, probably. And that might be stainless when we're done. I don't know. We haven't named it yet, so it's kind of like temporary. Maybe you can tell us a couple of new items coming into the game for Alpha 15 to give us a taste. A cool item would be a football item to throw around with your friends at a football field. You can get from football zombie drops. I don't know. I've been spoiling the shit out of you guys, so at this point, I'm not really feeling too generous about giving out any more spoilers. Watch my gameplay video. You're going to see it all then, and it's coming soon. And there's more clothing. I'm going to tell you that. Lots of new clothing coming. So it's all going to be pretty good. I think there's plastic now that drops. So I don't know if I told you guys that, but I'll give you that one for now. I don't know your name. Can we get the spikes rotated in all possible locations? No. It's just the way it is, not knowing a jerk way. But yeah, I would like it, but no. It's not happening. The one type of model supports more rotations than the other for memory reasons. I don't know why. And that wraps up another volume. If you have a question, hold on to it for volume 10. Thanks, Roland, for being our awesome community manager and support guy, guru. So that's it for this week. Going to be watching the UFC fights tonight. My predictions are Diaz beats McGregor and Rumble beats Glover Kuchera. But it could go either way on them, so it's kind of not a strong prediction, but that's kind of my prediction. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will post the game, or not a gameplay video, but another feature video probably tomorrow, and maybe today. We'll see. It's only 10:24 in the morning. I'm going to get started on it, and we'll kind of see where it goes. But, you know, today could be kind of busy, so I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, hey, there's the Fun Pimp playing 7 days. Imagine that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.